Okay, so I set up the proportion using my colors, and then what is the relationship? How do I go from 2 to 8? Times 4. So on the top, I'm also going to multiply by 4. So what is x equal to? 16. All of these, I think, have a relationship, and a pretty easy relationship for you to see. If you don't see it, then you're going to have to do this. 4 times 8 equals 2 times x, so 32 equals 2x, divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 16. You get the same answer. But which way do you want to do it? Do you want to do it this way, which is the longer way, or do you want to see relationships? Hopefully you see relationships. They're good for you. Alright, let's look at number 2. So if I color this top one red, the x red, what else should I color red? The top one, the 6, because they're on top, right? It's the skinny part of your rectangle. So if I color the 7 blue, I'm also going to color the 42 blue. So now you're going to set up your proportion. I'm going to put the reds on this side and the blues on this side, like so. Who wants to tell me the proportion? Jorge? I'm sorry, go slower for me. What goes on this side? X over 6 is equal to? Good. 7 over 42. Now, how do you know if the 7 goes on the top or the bottom? Kimberly? So this one is your X. Does it come from the small one or the big one? The small one, right? And this one's the big one. So the X comes from the small one. So the 7 comes from the small one. The 6 comes from the big one. So the 42 comes from the big rectangle. So small, big. You can go big on top, small on the bottom. That's okay too. Alright, is there a relationship? How do I go from 42 to 6? Divided by 7. So what do I do on the top? Divided by 7 going this way. What's 7 divided by 7? So x equals 1. Try doing number 3 before I do. Try setting up number 3, color number 3 before I do. See if you can have success before I do. We're going to give everyone an opportunity. You have a question? Yes. So, when do I know when to divide and multiply? Alright. So, you always start with the whole fraction, the one that they give you both numbers, right? You can go over here and go this way, but it's a lot harder to figure out. So start with the one that has both numbers. And then you go, okay, obviously I'm not going to look at the top because I don't know what x is. I'm going to look at the bottom, 42. I'm going from 42 to 6. Oh, I'm making my number smaller, so that means I have to divide. And then you got to think about, 42 divided by what is 6? Oh, divided by 7. Yeah. And then this one, so I start off with this fraction because it has both of the numbers. And then I go, okay, I don't go from 4 to x because I don't know what that is. But I start on this one because it has both numbers. So how do I go from 2 this way? And that's why I draw arrows to go, oh, she started with the 2 and then she went with the 8. How did she go from 2 to 8? The number became bigger, so I have to multiply. So 2 times what? 8. So if the number becomes bigger, you're multiplying. If the number becomes smaller, you're dividing. But you always start off with the fraction that has both numbers. Alright, number 3. Did you guys set it up before I did? I answered your question. That gave you enough time to color here, here. So it's red on this side, blue on this side. So I would do 15 over 5 is x over 4. Why is it in that order? Well, this is my big shape, and this is my small shape. I just put big on top and small on the bottom. Does it matter which way you put it in? No, just as long as it's the same. Just as long as it's the same. Does everybody understand that? So these two numbers are from the big one. So big, big. These two numbers are from the small one. Now, is there a relationship between 5 and 4? Let me ask you this. How many of you set up your proportion this way? This is not the only way. I'll tell you the truth. This is not the only way. There's a couple ways. Alright. Is there a relationship between 5 and 4? No. But 5 and 15 there is. I'm going to go up. How do I go from 5 to 15? So write it down. Times 3. You guys show me what you're doing. And then, so I go on this side and do the same thing. Times 3. What's 4 times 3? So x equals 12. Good? Keep going.